All right. So good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, yes, I am definitely reading off this paper. My name is Technician Jesse Mitro, and I had the privilege of being firefighter Trevor Brown's first mentor at the firehouse when he started back in 2016. I was proud to watch him grow into the strong, courageous firefighter that he was. I want to begin by thanking each of you for being here tonight on this cold Sunday evening as we gather to honor and remember firefighter Brown. Your presence means so much, not just to me, but to Trevor's wife, children, and to all of us who are grieving. I'd like to thank Trevor's family for being here as well as our guest speakers. Governor Youngkin's representative, Deputy Secretary of Public Safety, Jonathan Schuffer, and all of our community supporters. While this night may be chilly, the warmth of this community is anything but. The outpouring of support through kind messages, acts of kindness, and donations to protect this site have been a constant reminder of how strong we are together. To Trevor's wife and children, your strength, resilience, and grace through this difficult time has been nothing short of inspiring. To all of you, thank you for being a part of this special gathering, right here at the site where Trevor tragically passed away last year. This is also the location of the Firefighter Brown Memorial Park, which will open on Trevor's birthday, July 26, 2025. A very special thank you to Steve and Sherry Honored for your thoughtful support that has paved the way for so many new opportunities. We are beyond appreciative of your vision and dedication to honoring Trevor. Thank you to fellow board members of the Firefighter Brown Memorial Park Committee who have worked so hard to make this event a success. Thank you to RHOLC as well for all your support, whether it been providing personnel to help clean up, assisting in parking and personnel direction, fundraising, and anything in between. We are blown away by your kindness. And finally, thank you to LCCFRS and SVFC as well for their support along the way during this time. You are the most valuable asset we have and are proud to have you in our corner. I'd like to introduce Loudoun County Combined Fire and Rescue System Chief Keith Johnson.
Thank you, Jesse, and thank you to the community for being here. This kind of weather is kind of resemblance about a year ago on February 16th when we had about the same kind of weather and I think a bunch of snow coming as well. But it's been a difficult year for our members. Obviously, going through the line of duty death, doing all the things associated with that, a funeral, and certainly taking care of all the members of our system that were both injured physically, mentally, and quite frankly are still healing today. Most of our members are back to work, not all of them. We're back to riding a duty crew. But as I said earlier in a little service that we had earlier, it shows the drive that volunteers or career firefighters have, that our folks were injured in a house explosion, and yes, one firefighter gave their life, but these firefighters are driving to get back to getting on a fire truck and doing what they do each day. That's what we do as firefighters. We serve our community, and what a community we serve. I have seen so much warmth and so much love from the Loudoun County community, both locally and throughout the county. Many of our nonprofits are here today that have supported us. The community, all of you that are here tonight braving 30 degrees to be here for Vigil. You didn't even get a chance to meet. And that is really heartwarming for all of us that serve in a uniform. And thank you for being here. We are still healing, and we will be healing for the foreseeable future. We have a lot to do. We strive to never let this event happen again, and we'll learn from everything we learned from the report that we've gained from this and everything that we did to, again, never let this happen again and improve our policies, our procedures, and all that going forward. I know I get to do a lot of good real services. I went to one yesterday, but it's often difficult doing one for our own, right? So I do have, don't have a chaplain here tonight, and I'm not pretending to be one, but I do want to read the firefighter's prayer if I can, and I think it's fitting. When I am called to duty, God, whenever flames may rage, give me strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child before it is too late, or some older person from that horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiency to put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and give the best in me to guard my neighbor and protect his property. And if according to your will I have to lose my life, please bless your protecting hand, my children and our wife. And I think that couldn't be more fitting of what Trevor Brown gave to his wife and family, giving his life so others may live, what he gave to the Sterling Volunteer Fire Company, the Loudoun County Combined Fire and Rescue System, and the greater community of Loudoun County. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for remembering Trevor Brown and his family, and he'll never be forgotten. Thank you.
The Loudoun County Board of Supervisors, Phyllis Randall.
I've asked my fellow supervisors to come stand with me while I make these remarks. First of all, I want to say, right now I think I'm glad the cameras are here, because I want the cameras to look around at the audience and look at what we talk about, a beloved community. This is what a beloved community looks like, that we're all out here 1 year later. And if you think about what it was 1 year ago, it was pretty cold when we dealt with this tragedy, and now we're back to commemorate this day. On that night, when I got that phone call, I knew that I didn't want to come to the scene, because quite frankly, an elected official at the scene is no help. I'm just kind of in the way. But I did think, what do I want to do? How can I help? And I decided to go to the hospitals. And when I got there, what surprised me is that there wasn't a lot of other people at the hospitals where our firefighters were, because they were all here. But the thing that I think I will hold the most that day when walking into the hospital rooms with the firefighters who were sent to the hospitals is the first thing each one of them asked me, it was anybody else hurt? How's everybody doing? Where's my crew? No one said, like, what's going on with me or anything. They all said, where's my crew? One firefighter Key, his wife was still here, and he said, has anyone talked to my wife? And I made a phone call and I found her. But every single firefighter asked about somebody else, because that's who they are. That's who first responders are. The next thing I realized was the next day, there was a call at some fire station in Loudoun County for a propane leak. And you know what they did? They got in the trucks and they went there, even knowing what happened the night before, because that's who they are. So when we say thank you to our first responders, we say they're heroes. Think about what they do. Think about what they do every single day. There's nothing that we would want more than that this didn't happen to Trevor. There was nothing that we want more that this didn't happen to 9 other firefighters that night. But if we had to have lost Trevor, and if we had to have sent 9 other firefighters to the hospital that night, at least we learned what a beloved community is and what it looks like, and what we would want to do more than anything else is put our arms around Laura and her 3 beautiful children, and not just for now, not just for the year, not just for 2 years, but check on her and her family 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. And whatever they say they need, that's what we're going to do. Ask them what they need and then do that. And then secondly, we're going to check on our firefighters. We're going to check on our first responders, sheriff's deputies, rescue. We're going to check on them and see what they need. And that's what we're going to do. And thirdly, we're going to check on one another. We're going to take care of one another, and we're going to be kind to one another, because that's what it is to be the beloved community that I know Loudoun County is. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. And thank you for having all of my colleagues as well.
Please welcome Sterling Volunteer Fire Company Chief David Short. Good evening, everyone. And Supervisor Randall and the rest of the supervisors, I want to start off with saying thank you for being here today, and thank you for being with us through every step of the way for this journey for the past year. I don't know if you know how important it is or how much we value the support from county government and the personal support from each of you that you've given us over the past year. It means a lot from a personal level, it means a lot from a company level. So thank you to all the Board of Supervisors. That's really important and very much appreciated. So I want to start my remarks this evening speaking directly to the community first. Community of Seneca Ridge. Thank you thank you, and thank you. I mean, as you all know, Seneca Ridge is a community that's tucked away up here between Sugar Land and Westerly. It's not really part of either one of those communities. It's up at the end of Augusta Drive. It's well off the beaten path, and the fire department just doesn't get up here that often, which is a good thing. In contrast, the people that live here, you live here. And 347 Silver Ridge Drive is in the heart of your community. It's right, I mean, literally, it's in the center, the geographical center of the community. This event literally left a scar in the middle of your neighborhood. Many of you drive by this site every day. I cannot imagine the impact that's had on your community to drive by this site every day. Thank you for keeping Sterling Volunteer Fire Company in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you for help building this park, and thank you for helping us remember Trevor Brown. I also want to thank all the other first responder companies that came out tonight. I know we have with us tonight members of my company, obviously the Sterling Volunteer Fire Company, but there's members from many of the Sterling Volunteer, the Loudoun County Combined Fire Rescue System members here. We also have members from the Fairfax County members from the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office here, and I'm sure I've forgotten a few people as well. It took a community that night to respond to this event, and thank you all for being out of here. Some of us run together on a routine basis. Some of us, this is a lot your way, but your support on that evening, your support since, and the grace you have shown our company is very much appreciated. No matter the patch on your shoulder, or whether the size of your paycheck or not, we're all still the same brotherhood. And for me, on a personal level, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak here tonight. Over the past year, I've taken some time and come to visit this address. I won't tell anybody that, and probably a lot of you didn't know that. But I simply pull up here in my car, park on the side of the road, I get out, and I quietly walk out onto the grounds here and spend a few minutes. I feel the trees, I like that one. I feel the earth, I listen to the wind, and I try to sit my thoughts just for a moment. I don't know why I do it. I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for when I come here. What I do know is that it reminds me. It reminds me what it's meant to be a first responder. It reminds me of the risks, the lives we save, and the lives we cannot. It also challenges me to be better. It challenges me to be a better fire chief, a better husband, a better father, and a better man. I can't take tomorrow for granted. I'm sure I'm not the only interloper that has wandered out on this empty lot on occasion. And I'm sure other firefighters and family members stop by whether you see them or not. Each of us is left to try to find our own meaning from all of this, how we take this tragedy to find new purpose, meaning, and a way forward. So, thank you to the friends at the Trevor Brown Memorial Park. Thank you to the Seneca Ridge HOA. Thank you all the neighbors. And thank you all for coming tonight to honor this place, honor this evening, and for remembering Trevor Brown. Thank you. Thank you, Chief Short. And last, certainly but not least, Loudoun County Sheriff Office, Lieutenant Colonel Sawyer.
Good evening, and thanks to everybody for being here. This is a difficult night, and it's even difficult thinking about what words you have to say. Being in leadership of the Sheriff's Office, my phone rings a lot, and it rings a lot with a lot of difficult scenes, a lot of things that we see in this line of work. But I can distinctly remember where I was that night when my phone rang, and it was another commander of the Sheriff's Office that said, "Hey, have you heard about the explosion?" And I was like, "What?" He goes, "There's a big explosion, house explosion in Sterling." And it just kind of took me back, and grabbed all the gear, came out, came to the spot, and other than the other Vigil, this is the only other time I've been to the spot. It still haunts me. I still feel it. But what was incredible was what I saw when I got here, and what I saw sheriff's deputies, I saw fire rescue folks, firefighters, EMS personnel, saw everybody coming together and working together, looking for ways to help, saying, what can I do? How can I pitch in? How can I help here? The community was out, board members were out, literally everybody came out to do what they could and kind of lend their shoulder to the wheel. And over the past year, what we've seen is this incident, as tragic as it is, it's touched everybody in this community. I don't think there's a resident in Loudoun that hasn't been touched somehow, and likely in multiple ways. I mean, me specifically, I was connected not only from the sheriff's office, but I came to find out that there were some friends that I hadn't talked to in a while that lived down the street from here. We were also connected through playing Little League with the Brown family, and just many other different ways. And I've run into people even here tonight that I know through other ways, who have been connected through other various friendships with firefighters, friendships with sheriff's deputies, other community members. It has literally touched the entire community. And what's incredible about the community that I've seen and been able to witness firsthand is how everybody has come together, and how everybody over the past year has really helped move forward and really been there for each other. And that makes me so proud to be connected to this community. Makes me so proud to represent the sheriff's office and the really brave men and women that we have. It makes me so proud to have such tight friendships and working relationships with the Loudoun County Combined Fire Rescue System, Chief Johnson, Assistant Chief Williams, and everybody there, and to work with just such an incredible community support for first responders, board support, and just everybody here. So I couldn't be more proud of that. I thank everybody for what they've done and how everyone has really pitched in and helped over the last year. So thank you.